Good day, everyone. I am April Chinbi Fernando, and I am going to report the continuation of what Ainel Chidoro has reported, which is the legal basis for inclusive education in the Philippines. So the next is Republic Act number 9442, an act amending RA number 7277, also known as an act providing for the rehabilitation and self-reliance of disabled persons and their integration to the mainstream of society and other purposes, granting additional privileges and incentives and prohibitions on verbal, non-verbal ridicule and vilification against persons with disability, which states that no person with disability shall not be denied with employment. This act also provides the following benefits: granting 20% discount for a person with disability, education grants for vocational and non-vocational training, and interpreters for telecommunications. So Section 4, Policies and Objectives, it is the objective of Republic Act number 9442 to provide persons with disabilities the opportunity to participate fully in the mainstream of society by granting them at least a 20% discount in all basic services. It is declared policy of RA 7277 that persons with disability are part of Philippine society, and thus the state shall give full support to the improvement of their total well-being and their integration into the mainstream of society. They have the same right as other people to take their proper place in society. They should be able to live freely and as independently as possible. This must be the concern of everyone, the family, the community, and all government and non-government organization. The right of persons with disabilities must never be perceived as welfare services. Prohibition on verbal, non-verbal ridicule, and vilification against persons with disabilities shall always be observed at all times. Next, Presidential Proclamation number 361 set new dates for the National Disability Prevention and Rehabilitation Week celebration on the third week of July, every year, which shall culminate on the birth date of Sublime Paralytic Apolinario Mabini. Proclamation number 361 declares that third week of July is designated as the National Disability Prevention and Rehabilitation Week, whereas July 23 is the birthday of our sublime paralytic Apolinario Mabini, whose exemplary and dedicated heroic acts during the Philippine Revolution has greatly influenced the declaration and observance of the disability prevention and rehabilitation, which in effect has become an outstanding icon for persons with disabilities, or PWDs. Whereas the National Council for the Welfare of Disabled Person, NCWDP, created under Presidential Decree number 1509, was mandated to serve as the central authority which will direct, coordinate, and integrate planning and managing as well as implementing of all activities, public and private, pertaining to the welfare of the handicapped. Next is Republic Act number 10533, also known as Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, which states that the state shall establish, maintain, and support a complete, adequate, and integrated system of education relevant to the needs of the people, the country, and society at large. In addition, it is hereby declared the policy of the state that every basic education graduate shall be empowered individual who has learned through a program that is grounded in sound educational principles and geared toward excellence. The foundation for learning throughout life, the competence to engage in work and be productive, the ability to coexist in fruitful harmony with local and global communities, the capability to engage in autonomous creative and critical thinking, and the capacity to coexist in harmony with others. Next is DepEd Order number 72 Series 2009, also known as the Inclusive Education, a strategy for increasing participation rate for children with special needs, which regular schools with or without trained SPED teachers should be provided educational services to children with special needs. So there are 2.2 million disabled children in the Philippines, but only 2% of them have access to special education, depriving them of one of their most fundamental human rights. The majority of these children reside in remote and rural areas, so it is important that their parents are aware of the educational opportunities that they may take advantage of. The Department of Education, DepEd, has established a priority to address this issue, guaranteeing the right of these kids to get a decent education in a regular for inclusive classroom with the support of the school, staff, pupils, parents, and community. Inclusive education embraces the philosophy of accepting all children regardless of race, size, shape, color, ability, and disability.